And happy Friday, everyone. My name is meteorologist Heather Kay, and it's time up for a daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractors Show, and Atlas Roofing. Thank you guys, as always, for sponsoring our videos. So let's get right into our weather headlines. We once again have a chance to see severe weather up in the northern plains, specifically Montana, and we also have a small area that we're going to be watching in Florida. So we'll get into the details in just a moment about those. And then getting into tomorrow, the northern plains are going to continue to hog those hail and wind chances. And then as we continue to go throughout the rest of the week, it's going to be really hot. And besides being hot, we're going to take a look into the beginning of next week to see if there are any other risks that we need to keep an eye on. But before that, we do have a few events coming up. The first one is going to be, I believe, starting on Tuesday, which is the 19th, down in Daytona Beach, Florida. This is the Florida Roofing and Sheet Metal Expo. More information can be found at www.floridaroof.com. And then after that, we will once again be in Florida on July 27th for the Riva, the roofing machine, at the Rosen Center Hotel. So some cool events coming up both in Florida, so make sure you check them out. So here are yesterday's storm reports. We had a good amount of activity scattered across the country. Some reports here in Montana, parts of the Dakotas, as well as western Minnesota, and then into the Rocky Mountains, Idaho, down into Utah. And then we also had some scatter reports, yes, in Texas. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen anything, especially hail. We did have some activity just to the south of Dallas, and a few other scatter reports here across the central part of the state. And then some more activity in central Florida, up into Georgia and South Carolina, even a few scatter reports in Mississippi. And then lastly, some reports in the Boston area down into Connecticut and here in New York City. So we did have some activity yesterday. I know we have a few two-star maps on our site, so make sure you go and check those out. So here are current conditions across the lower 48. We have plenty of sunshine in the northeast. That trailing cool front, though, starting to make its way off the coast here in the southeast as well. We do have some showers ongoing in the Chicago area. In the northern plains, you are quiet at the moment for the most part. There are some showers ongoing, though, in western Montana. Great Falls, you're about to get some more showers and maybe a rumble of thunder within the hour, as well as some showers down into Wyoming. And here is the activity that made its way into Minnesota last night. It's now into parts of southern Wisconsin and into Illinois, crossing into western Michigan and Indiana. Nothing severe at this time with this, and it's going to continue to move off to the southeast and weaken. So no severe weather is expected with this disturbance. But down into Florida, there are some pop-up showers and storms developing right now in the southern part of the state. There's a little bit of a disturbance off the coast here, and that's going to continue to bring in that moisture later on this afternoon and evening. With the heating of the day and that instability, we could see a few isolated severe storms in central and southern Florida. So here are current temperatures. Once again, it is a very toasty one across much of the U.S., especially here in the central part of the country. It's 90 in Kansas City, 94 in Dallas, 89 in Houston, and those 80s stretch all the way to the eastern coast. And you can see some of the brighter colors even here in California and Arizona. We're going to see, once again, temperatures rising above 100 degrees out there as well. The dew points are also getting up there. Once we get above about 65 degrees for a dew point, you really start to notice that humidity and how sticky it feels outside. And you can see basically from east of the Rockies eastward across much of the eastern U.S., it is starting to feel a little uncomfortable out there. So we have a 65-degree dew point in Chicago, 68 in Minneapolis, 66 in Wichita, 76-degree dew point in New Orleans, as well as Miami. So it's really uncomfortable out there for a lot of us. So here's our future radar. You guys know how this goes. This is the one particular run of this one particular model. We do have a few showers going on right now in Montana. And as we go into the rest of this afternoon, we will start to see some more thunderstorm activity fire up with that little short wave crossing the northern part of the country. And then as we get into later on in the evening, that activity will continue to move off to the east. You can see that the mode of these storms are more linear in mode. And so that signifies that it's going to be mostly wind. I do think there could be some hail if we can see those storms staying by themselves, but I think it's going to be mostly of a wind event today across Montana. Then as we get into the overnight hours, that activity will move into western and central North Dakota. Now down into Florida with that little disturbance off of the coast. We can see some more thunderstorm activity as we get into this afternoon with the heating of the day. Those individual cells here from basically Tampa eastward to Orlando point south to Miami. You guys will be in that risk to see anywhere from quarter to maybe $half size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for any of these storms that do reach severe limits. You can see 6 p.m. Central, so 7 p.m. Eastern time. Those storms will start to cross into Tampa. And then as we move into the evening, we will start to lose that daytime heating. So those storms, once the sun goes down, should start to taper off for the most part. A few lingering storms may still be around, though, into the later evening hours down into the southern part of Florida. So let's take a look at our hail forecast for today. This is sponsored by C3 Group. Once again, our risk is up into Montana as well as maybe as far east as Bismarck. We have to see how those storms look as we get into later on this evening. They may still be severe. They may die before they get to Bismarck, but the main risk today will be from Billings to Butte and up to Glasgow. Up to $half size hail is possible there. And then we have that other risk down in Florida from Tampa to Orlando southward to Miami. Same deal, quarter to $half size hail is possible with any of those pop-up storms that do develop and get to severe limits. And then wind, same two areas. I think the wind in the northern part of the U.S. is going to be a little bit further to the east compared to the hail risk, and I think the chances of wind are going to, again, be a bit higher compared to the hail as well. I think Billings has the best chance to see up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts today, maybe up to 70-mile-per-hour gusts here in central Montana. Butte, you have a chance to see up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts, as well as parts of the Dakotas, the western parts of both South and North Dakota, Rapid City, as well as maybe as far east as Bismarck, again, if those storms can stay severe long enough. And then another marginal risk down into Florida from Orlando to Tampa down to Miami. 60-mile-per-hour gusts are possible with those pop-up storms this afternoon and evening. Now getting into tomorrow, it's going to be another risk in the northern plains. What a surprise, right? So we'll wake up and there'll be some storms ongoing in the eastern parts of North Dakota, and as we get later on into the afternoon, more storms are expected to develop in parts of southern South Dakota down into parts of northern Nebraska, and then continuing on into the evening, more storms are expected to fire here in eastern Nebraska, maybe as far east as Omaha and as far south as Kansas City. Cross your fingers. I know you guys are antsy there to see a good storm. And then getting into the overnight hours. As of right now, I think the severe weather will stay to the west of Minneapolis, but we will keep an eye on you guys for sure. And then that activity will continue to move off to the south and weaken a bit as we get near daybreak on late Saturday night into Sunday morning. So here is tomorrow's hail forecast sponsored by American Contractor Show. Once again, the central and northern plains will be carrying this hail risk, and I'm keeping the hail sizes for now up to $half size. It shouldn't be too rigorous of a day tomorrow. But Fargo down to Sioux Falls, westward Rapid City, North Platte, eastward to Omaha, and maybe as far south as Kansas City, you guys can see up to $half size hail with any storms that develop. And then in terms of the wind, same deal, same areas, up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts are possible from the Dakotas, so Fargo, North Dakota to Rapid City, eastward to Sioux Falls, North Platte, Omaha, Nebraska, down to Kansas City. Do your storm dances, you guys, if you want to see some storms tomorrow. Now, besides that, it's been really hot and it's been really dry. It's sponsored by Merlin Law Group. This is the current drought across the U.S., and you can see these brighter colors here. Once we get into the orange all the way to the red, that signifies that we are experiencing some pretty severe droughts. And basically from the Central Plains westward, it is starting to get extremely dry, as we haven't seen a whole lot of rain, and those temperatures have been in the triple digits. So we need some rain out there, you guys. But unfortunately, it's going to continue to be warm. We do have some heat advisories in effect from parts of Nebraska, very far western Iowa, southward into Kansas, panhandle of Texas, as well as Oklahoma, very far western Arkansas. The heat index values for today are going to be anywhere from 105 to 108 degrees. Now we have an excessive heat warning out for parts of Arizona and California, where the actual air temperatures are going to be, look at this, anywhere from 110 to 117 degrees. So if you're in any of these little areas here, you may want to just stay inside until whenever. It's going to be sticking around for a while. So just, if you have to go outside, just make sure you wear sunscreen, drink plenty of water, and just really keep in tune with your body. If you have to stop doing what you're doing, do so. Don't push yourself, because that's when things get dangerous. So let's take a look at our jet stream sponsored by Atlas Roofing. That heat dome is going to continue to stick around. We will start to continue to see those little shortwave troughs here in the northern plains, and that is going to continue to go from today into tomorrow into Sunday. Another little area here will possibly bring some more severe weather in the northern plains, specifically North Dakota. Then we get into Monday, we will start to see another little disturbance here moving into the Great Lakes region. And then there's this other little shortwave trough that will be affecting the Great Lakes on Tuesday. And yeah, besides that, the northern plains, you're going to be taking all the risks for the next few days. And we now, once we get here we go. This is the guided forecast for Monday and into Tuesday. This is Monday, again, in North Dakota, maybe as far west as eastern Montana. You guys will have another chance to see severe weather with that little trough that's going to be coming on through. And then that trough will be moving off to the east. So Tuesday, that risk will be from Montana to Wisconsin to western Michigan, maybe as far south as Chicago. We're still a ways out from these risk areas, so make sure you stay tuned to Hail Trace as we get closer to these events. But until then, that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, as well as TikTok, where we've been doing some fun videos on there, office shenanigans, as well as what we do out in the field. And if you have any questions, concerns, if you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com if you have any questions and just feel like writing to us instead, or check out our website at www.hailtrace.com, where we have more information about us and our products and how we can possibly help you. And I am meteorologist Heather Kane. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday and a wonderful weekend.